Me, my family, and my grandparents went to the mission in San Juan Capistrano and had a great time. It was a beautiful place, and I learned a lot of things about its past and what's going on there today. Catholic priests called Padres came to California and went up the coast and founded 21 missions to spread Christianity. The path that led from one mission to another was called El Camino Real, or the Royal Road. It's marked with signs like this. San Juan Capistrano was founded in 1776 by Father Junipero Serra. Most of the walls in San Juan Capistrano are made out of adobe brick. They are made out of clay and straw, dried up in the sun. They're stacked up, and look how thick this wall is. My grandma made her first house out of adobe brick. In Mission San Juan Capistrano, there were a couple animals that lived there. One of them was a bird called the swallow. They would make nests here, and they would come back every spring, and then there'd be a little celebration day on March 19th for the swallow, which is actually my birthday. And they fly all around here.
These are acorns. They come from oak trees, just like that. They fall on the ground. Native Americans would pick them up, and they have tannic acid in them, so you can't just stick it in your mouth like a sunflower seed. They had to soak them and crush them. This is what they made flour out of until the Spanish came and they had corn.
This is the Padres' bedroom. This is where they would sleep and sit, and they ate in there. They had a lot of tasks like taking care for the sick, and they ring the bell for lunchtime, stuff like that. This is where they work. This is the Padres' kitchen. This is where they would cook and make fires. And all the smoke from the fire would go up and out into that chimney up there.
You're a historian, okay? A historian is a person who studies history. So you're here right now with your thinking cap on, and you're thinking, I'm gonna ask questions. Why do you think that doorway, with the words above it, is taller than all the little doorways? See all the short ones? Why is that one bigger? What do you think, guys? What would go through there? That horses. That's how they got into the mission, on horseback. So there was no other way to get into the mission. That was the entrance. That was their fort, basically on the inside. And I never knew that until I started thinking about it. And then I thought, wow. So I looked in the archives and I answered my question.
That's awesome.
So do that today. When you're here, ask your grandma and grandpa and your mom and dad, why do you think that's that way?
The Hakkamen have been making baskets for about 10,000 years. Baskets were made mostly by women. However, men did make baskets as trap or for fishing. Baskets supported life. They were used to store and cook food or water, fish and trap animals, and carry children. Baskets were even used for games, gifts, and clothing. Basket making is a tradition that has carried on through time. The soldiers that protected the mission used gear to help protect it. Like one was a pistol. They carried 2 pistols on inside and a musket, and they also had this leather thing that could protect them from bow and arrow. They also had saddles and lances, and they had this belt that carried all of their bullets, like the pistols and the musket. These were beds that the soldiers used to sleep, and they didn't have a mattress. All they had was little straps. So the saying "sleep tight," this is where it comes from. So sometimes they could get loose and you drop down, but tighten them up, then they would like stay up and then they would sleep better. A church called the Father Sarah Chapel was made in 1782 and was used to worship and pray. There was another church called the Great Stone Church that was made in 1797, but an earthquake destroyed the Great Stone Church in 1812, and they never rebuilt it. Both churches were used to help teach people Christianity. I had a great time at the mission and learned a lot about the life of the mission and how the Padres came to help the people. I hope I can go there again someday. You should go there too.